Stop, please! Don't pursue this any further. You can't do this. You've already confessed to the crime. Why can't you just leave it at that? Chief Prosecutor Sky. We've already come this far. It's too late to turn back. The defense will now begin its cross-examination. Bailiff, please detain the defendant. Seems we're finally getting to the core of this matter. I think I knocked away. He didn't exist, so like his shadow. So you mean you didn't actually see his face? That's winning smile. That's right, but I still remember it. He had 3 creepy horns. This is pointless. That thing couldn't have possibly existed 2 years ago. The witness must be mistaken. Well, that may well be. What's important is what caused her to think she saw what she saw. Suppose you have an explanation? Just might know. Ladies and gentlemen, it is the defense belief that on that fateful day 2 years ago, there indeed was something that looked similar to the Blue Badger, something that is now sitting in this very room. I mean, we have to go with it, so. The mysterious Blue Badger was, in fact, this! What exactly is that? I believe it's some sort of jar. That doesn't look anything like the Blue Badger as it stands now. However, what if we were to change our viewpoint? Well, is that a miracle or what? No one can possibly deny this jar's resemblance to the Blue Badger. The defense has proven its claim. The mysterious Blue Badger witnessed on the day of the murder was actually this. Although we enjoyed Mr. Wright's dramatic performance, one question remains. What's your point? What do you mean? So that Badger thing was actually just a jar. It changes everything! Do we have floor plans? Like, it's near the suit of armor. So it changes the location, I'd say. But we don't actually know. Oh. So to me, this looks like it happened near the window, which is not near the suit of armor. So I'd say it changes the location. The moment of the murder, the witness saw this jar. Not only that, but she saw it from a very specific angle. Knowing this, where could she have seen the jar? Where? The location of the jar is shown in a picture taken the day of the crime. It's on a shelf in the office of Damon Gant. but the body was found lying near the desk of Lana Skye. The witness testified so herself. Yes, and these two facts that reveal... It is these two facts that actually reveal that... Wow, I can't speak. You see, the struggle between Dark and Marshall did not take place in Lana's office. It happened on the other side of the room, in Chief Gant's office. Are you implying the murderer moved the victim's body? From Damon Gant's office to Lana Skye's office? Yes. Why would he do that? There's no reason. Exactly. If there wasn't a reason, he wouldn't have gone through doing it. The only logical conclusion is there was a reason. Do we have a reason? Do we know the reason? It's too late to quit, though. Please recall the witness's testimony. She said she knocked away the man who was holding up the knife. The next instant, the jar was hit and flew through the air. Now tell me, what could have sent the jar flying? The impact the man made when he was knocked into the wall? Ladies and gentlemen, the judge understands. If the man was knocked in the direction of the shelf, the jar sitting on it. Oh. A very sharp and dangerous looking sword. I mean, that's like a dagger. Since the man who was knocked into the armor was carrying a broken knife, it would have had to have been Neil Marshall, wielding the prosecutor's sword. No, Mr. Wright, you can't be thinking. Yes, there's another possibility of what actually transpired in that room. Of course, the perpetrator would have had no idea, but nevertheless. I don't know if I can go through with this. I don't know what he's thinking. In that moment. She killed him. And that's why the handprint is on the thing, because she pushed him. So she pushes him, he goes to the suit of armor, and that's why this is here. Let's see, what do we do if their handprint can be seen on the leather cloth? It belongs to Emma. I think I'll keep this information to myself. Did she just faint? Never imagined her testimony would lead to this. So it was the witness who took the victim's life, and then proved so with her own testimony. This is unprecedented. What are you saying? I'm sorry, Miss Skye, but given the circumstances, Joe Dark murdered Prosecutor Marshall. How can you think it was Emma? How dare you try and pin the crime on her? Imagine that coming from you. If you recall, it was you who admitted to forging evidence 2 years ago. The reason you moved Prosecutor Marshall's body. To keep anyone else from finding out what Emma did, wasn't it? I assure you, Mr. Edgeworth, I have no idea what you're talking about. If you hope to have anyone believe in your insane allegations, I'm afraid you're going to have to prove something about proof, because I can't talk. Tell me, do you have any conclusive evidence that proves my sister killed Neil Marshall? I'm willing to bet you don't. Yes, it certainly would be difficult to prove that this with evidence. we don't have evidence, then we'll rely on testimony. Afraid that won't work in this case. Both parties involved in the incident are dead. Yeah, both Marshall and Dark. I may have said Drake a few times. I don't know. I'm like thinking. I've been thinking about it, and I'm like, did I actually see Drake one of these times? Whatever. Touché, Miss Sky. Of course. That leaves us with an impossibility. I mean, there's still another possibility? I mean, the possibility that the victim has left us a message. Ugh. Somehow. That's impossible. I mean, we have... So if the jar was near him... Darker... Okay. I mean, if you connect the dots, the first thing you can get an E. I can kind of see an M, and I can like guess an A. So like, I don't know. It's in the evidence. And it has to be. It's this game. Will you stop at nothing to prove my sister a murderer? Do not be mistaken, Miss Sky. Our purpose is not to accuse Emma of any crime. There's only one thing we seek: truth. No matter how painful it may be. Forgotten this, just a jar. If you look closely, you can see a faint trail of blood. Okay. I don't want to do this, but I have to. I have to beat the game, but I don't want to accuse Emma of murder. So all we need is to connect these points. Lana knows it's coming, but Mr. Wright does. Phoenix doesn't, and neither does Edgeworth. Well, I mean, maybe one of them suspects something, but like, yeah, I don't want to do it. So I guess we're like. Wait, does it want us to do this? How do I... It's a defense attorney's duty to prove his client's innocence. That's why all I've been thinking about is saving Lana. For all my efforts. Never thought it would turn out like this. Emma. This is the final message Prosecutor Marshall left behind. Of all people. She may not have meant it, but in the end, the one who took the victim's life was Emma Skye. Seaworthy. Can't say I didn't warn you. Do you understand the implications of what you've done? What are you talking about? 2 years ago, Joe Dark was sentenced to death. He's convicted because of his final murder. I believe you were the prosecutor in charge of the case. Were you not? Yes, Worthy. Because of you, an innocent man was sentenced to death. Not only that, but you used forged evidence to ensure his conviction.
Objection!
Joe Dark really was a serial murderer. That's undeniable. I'm afraid that's not important. Didn't you know? We aren't defenders of justice. We're merely keepers of the law. Sentencing a man to death. It's no light matter. Even if there wasn't any cover-up or evidence forgery, ultimately the responsibility falls on the prosecutor in charge. Despite what anyone may say, this fact cannot be denied. Order! 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 Able to settle the crowd, the judge declared a recess. This trial is headed, no one knows. I will see you guys next time for more Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Take care.